Hey everybody, welcome back to Pam's Cutting Board. If you're new, welcome. I thank you for stopping by and watching our videos. And if you are long-time subscribers or already a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. We appreciate you, we really do. And this video, I'm recording it the night before Thanksgiving, so this is on a Wednesday evening. But by the time I edit it, upload it to you guys, it will be probably the day after Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, and I hope that you guys had plenty of food, plenty of love, plenty of family around you, and I hope that everything went well. But what I'm going to do is, I'm in the bathroom. But Wayne and I had planned on spending Thanksgiving Day with our family, but some things come up and plans changed, and it's just going to be he and I here at the house for Thanksgiving Day. And I really didn't shop and get anything special for Thanksgiving. So once I get a load of laundry on and kind of straighten the house up a little bit, I'm going to take you guys in the kitchen and we're going to see what we can make. I know I got stuff for lemon pie, and we always have lemon pie for Thanksgiving and Christmas because that's our favorite pie, and that's about the only time that we ever get it. So I'm going to make that. And I've got like a half of a turkey breast. Once I realized that I was going to have to cook, well, I didn't have to cook. It's just him and I. But since we're here on Thanksgiving, we want a little special dinner. So I have like a half of a turkey breast. I laid it out in the fridge, and maybe tonight, if it's not thawed out, I will put it under running cool water and leave it out for the night. So I'm going to make some homemade dressing. Wayne loves homemade dressing, so I'll make my cornbread tonight and my lemon pie, and then we'll see what else that we can get. I have time to go shopping, but I didn't want to get out. It's drizzling, the rain, it's a little bit cool, and I just didn't want to get out tonight. So we're going to see what we have. And we don't want to cook a whole lot for just the two of us anyway. And, but this weekend, let me go back. Last weekend was our 35th wedding anniversary, November the 24th. And of course we had company and we couldn't celebrate. So this weekend we are in the plans of getting away for a couple of days and just kind of celebrating just the two of us, and not having any distractions and just relaxing and enjoying that. So we'll go out to eat. Nothing fancy, but we'll just have a few days of just kind of relaxing. And let me go ahead and get a load of laundry on. And I'm going to straighten the house up, and I'll bring you guys back. We'll be in the kitchen, and we'll see what we can put together for Thanksgiving. I just thought I'd bring you guys back, and ordered Wayne some pants and a couple of shirts for church. It's been a long time since I had got him any new clothes, and I usually get most of my clothes at secondhand stores, Goodwill stores, things like that. But he wears kind of a odd size, and I can't find his pants. I can get him some shirts, but I can't find his pants at a secondhand store. So I usually order them from JCPenney. I find them on sale, and I'll order his size. He actually wears a 38, 34, but where he sits all the time, and those of you, if you're new, my husband's in a wheelchair. He's a quadriplegic. He sits all the time. So if he eats anything that bloats him or anything like that, the 38s get a little tight, so I'll order him a 40. But if he actually ever got healed and stood up, they'd probably fall off of him. But anyway, he's tall. He's 6'4", if he did stand. So I got him this color. I'm taking the tags off and I'm going to throw them in the washer. And this is, I think this is a navy or a black. This is the navy. They're so dark that it's hard to tell. Get these tags off. We have done some major remodel that's took about 2 months. And we may sit down, show you, and tell you all about it. I got him kind of a dark gray. I still want to get him like a light gray pair and a kind of a mossy green. He's got a pair of the mossy green, but they're getting kind of old. So he'll wear them for like through the day, or when he goes out to maybe grocery shopping or something like that. But he'll wear, if I can ever find him another pair in his size, he'll wear those to church. These are all church clothes. I got 4 pairs of pants. I guess that was an anniversary Christmas gift together. These are black. I hate those little tags, don't you? The house is kind of messy. Where I had company last weekend, I didn't really clean. And then we planned to leave in the morning, so I hadn't actually done anything. I worked today. I worked just a few hours. We didn't cook, but we take days like that where we don't cook and we clean. We do a deep clean. And I got him a couple of shirts. This is navy blue. I thought that would go really good with the khaki. And then I got him kind of a mossy green. I thought that would go really good with the black. Of course, he's got ties. He wears ties every time he goes to church. I won't say every time, very rarely does he not wear a tie. And he likes long sleeves. He wears short sleeves if he goes anywhere else, but for church, he wants to wear long sleeves. That's just the way that he was kind of raised to dress for church, and that's what he does. For me, I wear pants about everywhere I go except for church. But when I go to church, I feel like I need to have a dress, and that's just personal preference. For the both of us, his long sleeves and his long sleeves and my dresses. That's just kind of personal preference. I'm gonna throw all this in the washer, straighten up the house a little bit. And then I'll see you guys back in the kitchen. Don't go anywhere. Hey, we're back again. So, as you can kind of tell, it's the next day. I didn't get everything done that I wanted to do last night. So, I did get the house clean, all my laundry done. So, I got up this morning, took a shower. I'm going to go ahead and make my lemon pie. Have it in the fridge and let it, because it has to have a couple hours to sit up. And then I will make my cornbread, and that way it can be cooling and I can make my cornbread dressing. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done and then do something with my hair. I might put a little makeup on, I don't know. And bring you guys along for our Thanksgiving meal. Now, I have a problem when I make Thanksgiving dinner. I can't hardly just cook for 2 people. So usually I can scale it down to about 6 people. And I just can't do 2 people. I mean, it's a big quantity of everything that I make. But we will eat leftovers for a couple of days. We're okay with that. And so nothing goes to waste. But I'm going to put you guys down and let you see how I make my lemon meringue. Change of plans. I'm going to go ahead and make the cornbread first and let it be baking. And then we'll work on the pie. So I'm going to turn you guys down and show you how I make my cornbread for my cornbread dressing. Okay. I have got my skillet in the oven. I've got my oven on 425. And it's preheating, and while it's preheating, it's getting my skillet hot. And I like to use lard in my skillet, but I'm fresh out, so I'll put just a little bit of oil to kind of grease the pan. This is Yalla cornmeal. And I'm going to do probably a cup and maybe a third of that. There's a gnat flying around. And then maybe about a half a cup of all-purpose flour. I give that a little mix. And you can use white or yellow cornmeal. I just like the yellow. I like the way it looks. I've got 1 egg. I'll beat that egg up just a little bit. And I like buttermilk. I love buttermilk cornbread. But the only time I use buttermilk is when I cook. So a lot of times if I buy buttermilk, it goes to waste. So I just use whole milk, 2%, whatever I have on hand. And I didn't measure the milk because I just pour it in there till it looks right. I should have measured it. I would say maybe half cup, 3/4 cup maybe. But you want it kind of like a pancake batter consistency. Maybe just another splash. Then it'll take it around 20 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven, to bake. I like it good and golden brown. Then you want to turn it out. And what I will do is I will cut it into pieces and just kind of let it cool down. And once it cools completely to where I can crumble it up, I'll crumble it up for my dressing. Okay. Bring you guys back once the pan gets hot enough. We'll put this in the pan. Okay, got my skillet out. It's hot. The oil's all over the pan. It's good and hot. And this is a cast iron. The cornbread is the only thing I bake in it. That's it. I don't use it for anything else. That's the way my mama did. That's why I do. We just have a certain skillet that is only used for cornbread.
can you see the bubbles where the oil is so hot that it's starting to fry the cornbread batter? That's what you want. You want it good and hot. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven. Today I'm baking it at 400 because that's what I want my pie crust at. Once I get my pie crust out, then I'll go ahead and turn the heat up on this. And it may have to bake a few minutes longer because of that. But you want it good and golden brown on top. To me, cornbread's not any good unless it has a good crunchy crust. I'm going to put this in the oven, and I'm going to wash out Old Faithful here, and then we'll get started on our lemon filling. Got my bowl washed and dried, and this is just a pre-made pie crust. I've poked some holes all the way around the rim and in the bottom. And that's just to let it breathe as it bakes so it doesn't puff up. It may still puff up a little bit, but this does help reduce the puffiness. So I'm going to stick it in my oven with the cornbread. Got water on my shirt. Need to go get me an apron. That's me. Okay. I've got my handheld mixer out with the whisk thing because I will use it in my making my meringue. I'm going to move this right now. It'll be in the way. Still drinking my coffee. Okay. So, for this, I'm going to use a tablespoon, or I should say a third cup of cornstarch plus a tablespoon. And I'm going to make this in the microwave. I just made a mess, which is usual for me. You want a cup and a half of just tap water. Got my cornstarch and my water. Half a cup of lemon juice. Now, if you want to squeeze it fresh, go ahead. If you have fresh lemons, by all means. But I'm just using the bottle. And I had a half a cup of water, and I just added it up to make a cup. We're going to do a cup and a half of sugar. I got a 1/4 a cup measure, so I'll need 6 of these. I was going to make some tea, but we'll probably have to come up with something else to drink because I don't have enough sugar. I've got to make a sweet potato casserole. I'm trying to do this from memory and see. Cornstarch, lemon juice, water, sugar, put butter at the end. Oh, eggs. I need 3 eggs, I believe. I might need to go look at my recipe. Like I said, we don't eat this a lot. So sometimes if you don't make something a lot, you forget. You forget the measurements, or you might forget an ingredient. But I believe that's it. And I always crack my eggs in a separate bowl, one at a time, just to check, because I do have farm fresh eggs, and I buy from a local guy around here, And so sometimes they may have a little something in there you might not like, maybe a little defect. And if it's like that, I just throw the egg out. If I just cracked them all in here and that last egg was bad, then I would have to throw all 3 eggs out. So that's why I do that. I just give them a little whisk. After I cook this for about 6 minutes in the microwave, I usually put about 3 tablespoons of butter and a little lemon extract if I have it. But I've been out for a while and I keep forgetting to replenish it. It is still good without the lemon extract. Just going to mix all that cornstarch and egg up good. Usually takes a total about 6 minutes in the microwave, but what I do is I'm going to put it in there for 3, get it out, give it a little whisk, and then put it back in for 3 more minutes. Now, I've made this over the stove, on the stove in a pot, and you have to stir constantly, and it'll take it 10-15 minutes or maybe a little bit longer. I found this is just a quick, easy way to do it. So, I'm going to pause you guys, I'm going to clean up, and I'll bring you back in just a couple minutes, and I'll show you the consistency of it when I get it out at 3 minutes. It's basically the same as I put it in there, but I just like to do that to make sure everything is incorporated, and then I'll put it in for the remainder 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes has passed. Give it another stir, and you can tell it's still just like water. Just like we put it in there. There's no thickening to it at all. But in the last 3 minutes, something magically happens. And it's magically delicious too. I smell that lemon. It smells so good. Okay, back in for another 3. This is how I make my fillings anymore. Used to I did them, like I said, on the stove, tempered, to put the eggs in. I don't do that anymore. This is an easy way. Might not be as healthy as in a microwave, but it's easier. That's my oven going off, saying that my pie crust should be done. It is. We get it out. Turn the oven up to about, I might turn it up to 350. And I do use real butter. I have always used real butter. I like the flavor. And butter is not healthy, but if it's used in moderation, I think it's healthier than the margarine, in my opinion. That's my opinion. You might differ. And if you do, that's fine. We all can have different opinions and still get along. We should be able to. But I use butter in moderation. I just checked on the pie crust, and it said 11 to 14 minutes. I did 12. It's starting to brown, but I want to put it back in for another 2 minutes because I feel like it could use a little bit more browning. Once we get it out, you want it to cool a little bit. You want the filling to cool a little bit, maybe 15-20 minutes. Then put your filling in your pie crust. We'll make the meringue, stick it back in the oven to brown the meringue a little bit. It won't take maybe 5-10 minutes for the meringue. Let that cool another 10-15 minutes, and then we'll put it in the fridge and let it set up. Why am I putting this on? We've got 24 more seconds and we get this filling out. I have got some homemade vanilla, and I'm going to use it in my casserole today. A sweet potato casserole. One of my good friends, you met her on one of the videos, Miss Betty. She made it. She made it homemade. She told me how she made it. She put a vanilla bean and some vodka, let it sit in a cool, dark place for I don't know how long. And so she gave me a little bottle of it. Okay, can you tell how it's thickened up? It's not like water. And as it cools and you put it in the fridge, it's going to even thicken to where you can slice your pie and it will hold together. Now at this point, if you had lemon extract, you do not want to put the paper. We like our pie without the butter paper. But if you had lemon flavoring, vanilla, or lemon extract, right now is when you would want to put it in there. To me, though, it's just as good without it. I don't miss it. You see how smooth that is? And that's from where we took it out, high flame mark, and stirred it, give it another good stir, and mix those eggs up. Because I have done it before and just done the whole 6 minutes, and you can see the eggs have cooked a little bit in it. It's still not bad, but it's not as smooth of a texture. This is smooth. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I got the pie crust out, and I turned my oven up to 450 so my cornbread will bake. It's starting to brown a little bit, but I like mine a good golden brown. I'll bring you guys back once I get the cornbread out, and then we'll finish this pie. Cornbread's out of the oven. Wanted a good golden brown. I'm going to cut it because I want it to cool down. See how good golden brown it is? That's the way we like it. Set that aside and let it cool. Here's our lemon pie. Now, I'm going to put about 4 egg whites in here. I should have just put the yolk in the lemon filling and saved the whites for this. But I didn't think ahead. And I've made it with just the yolks too, the lemon pie filling. And they're good. It's good either way. That would have saved me all these eggs. But when I do my sweet potato casserole, I'll use the egg yolks and maybe one whole egg. Okay, you want to make sure that you have either a glass bowl or a stainless steel bowl, because plastic will tend to hold flavors, oils, and you don't want that in your meringue. Okay. Now we're just going to put this on high, and we're going to beat our egg whites until they get a little bit fluffy. Those are soft beets. Now we're going to add about 1/4 cup of sugar. And I just gradually add the sugar. Now you can add cream of tartar. I don't normally keep it, so we're not going to add it. I've got my oven on 450. We're just going to cook these eggs a little bit. When you put your meringue on, you want to seal the edges. See what I'm talking about? You don't want to do it like this and let some of that lemon filling show. You want to make sure that this covers the whole pie filling. This is no doubt our favorite pie. We don't have it much because there's a lot of sugar. We don't need the sugar, but a couple times a year we indulge. You can just make little designs. That's what I like to make it. Okay, I'm going to put this on a cookie sheet, put it in the oven, and just until this browns up a little bit. I'll bring you guys back when I get it out of the oven. Here's that pie. It only took it about 5 minutes maybe in the oven at 450 degrees. So I'm going to let that cool a few minutes and put it in the fridge. And then we'll get started on the rest of our meal. So I've just got a half of a turkey breast. That's plenty for me and Wayne. We'll be able to eat on that for a couple of days. So I washed it, put butter over it, salt and pepper, a little extra butter in the pan, and I'm going to bake it. Just plain and simple, nothing fancy. So I'm going to get the rest of the meal together. Okay, I have washed, peeled my sweet potatoes. That was probably about 6 medium. I'm frying some onions. Those onions will go in, half of them will go in the dressing. The other half will go in the Brussels sprouts that we're doing. Then that is gravy that was previously made. It was froze, so I'm just heating it up. Turkey. So now I'm going to crumble my cornbread and watch the onions, and we're going to put the dressing together and the sweet potato casserole. And with my Brussels sprouts, we like those on the holiday. I take and these are frozen that I've got. I cut them in half after they thaw a little bit, put them in with the onion and get like a little brown on them, salt, pepper, garlic, and then at the end I put a little bacon on the Brussels sprouts. I fry it in butter and oil. But that's what we've got done so far. We'll see you back in a little bit. It's time to get the dressing in the pan, so I'm going to turn you guys down. I've got all the ingredients here that I can remember. Because like I say, I only make it once or twice a year, so it's hard to remember everything. But I think I've got everything, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So, hold on. Okay. This was the pan of cornbread. I've got maybe 2-3 pieces left, and I've just crumbled it up. And I kind of like a few little chunks like that left. Then, if you want to use like biscuits or bread or like croutons or anything like that, you can, but I like to use just a package of stuffing. This is generic brand. You can use whatever brand you want. It's already got seasonings in it, and it's just little dry breadcrumbs. Okay. And those egg yolks, I'm going to put in here last because I'm going to taste it. When it gets to the point that I want it, then I'll add the eggs and stir it up. But if I didn't have the egg yolks, I'd probably put just a couple of 2 whole eggs in it. Got a little bit of butter. Melted butter. Then, let me get me a spoon. Where you at?
I'll be over there in a minute, baby.
Alright. I put a can of cream of chicken soup. If you want to make it homemade, go for it. I am not opposed to getting help. But if you're looking for healthy versions, then yeah, I would advise make your own. Okay. Then we're going to put some chicken stock. And I normally put celery in here. But like I said, I didn't go to the store, so I don't have celery. I do have some onions that I have sauteed until they're a little bit soft in some butter and a little bit of oil. I'm going to get those and put in here. I'm just going to take about half of them because I want the other half for the Brussels sprouts. Yeah. But I do like celery in it. But don't have any, so it's not going to be the end of the world. I do like it to be really moist because once you put it in the pan and you bake it, it will dry out. Now, let me stop and tell you right here, if you wanted to put, some people cook the neck bone and the gizzard and whatever and put in here. If you want to fry up some sausage and put in here, some people put chicken. You can do that. This is your opportunity to put that in here. We don't do that. But you can. Now, let me put some sage. I'm going to start with a teaspoon because we do like...
I need my little table.
No, it ain't time to eat yet. It ain't time to eat yet. You want to try this dressing to see if it's got enough stuff in it?
Yeah.
And then if it is, I'll put the eggs in and we'll put it in the...
Give me a, I need to get a spoon.
I'll get you a spoon.
I can get a. Oh, we got the homemade bread.
Huh?
The homemade bread.
Yeah, I didn't get no rolls, so we're
That's what we need right there.
homemade bread.
That's what I heard how. Did you tell them about it?
I'm gonna double dip because this is just me and Wayne, so.
Pam's been holding out on you guys. She made us some homemade bread.
I sliced off some pieces and I'm gonna put in the microwave and then put some butter on it. I didn't get to the store and get rolls. Does it need more sage?
Just a tad,
Just
maybe.
a tad?
Yeah.
About a half
Whatever
teaspoon?
a tad is. Probably not that much.
Well, it's in there.
Okay.
We'll stir it up again.
That's good.
So that was a teaspoon and a half for a loaf or a pan of cornbread and one thing of the small stuffing mix.
Bentley wanted to know if he could taste test.
Let me taste again. And again, this is just me and Wayne. If it was for company, we wouldn't be doing this. Money. All right.
Yeah. Much good.
Okay. Now I'm gonna put my eggs.
Yeah. Oh, who wants some? Bentley said he sure could have used some of that one. He would have told you what it needed.
Mm-hmm.
He said it needed to go right down to the belly.
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
spray my pan, so I'll have easy cleanup.
How is everyone? Well, I pray.
Ooh, this is this heavy bowl. Maybe I can do it.
Will there be any leftovers from that?
We'll have some. We'll eat on it, what, a couple days?
Yeah.
2-3 days.
If you can, if you don't care, think of one thing you're most thankful for in the comments.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now we're going to stick this in the oven, and you just want to bake it till it kind of gets a little crunchy around the sides, and give it enough time for the eggs to cook. So we're going to say 20 to 30 minutes at 350, and that's your homemade dressing. Very easy, very simple.
And very good.
Yes. See you back in a little bit. Okay, guys, so I'm going to turn you guys around. I'm going to show you the finished product. We won't be doing a taste test because we haven't eaten and we're hungry. And so we're just going to go ahead and eat. But I am going to turn you guys around, let you see what our meal consists of. So here's the turkey. We'll slice that in a second. We've got our gravy, our stuffing, our Brussels sprouts, and we'll sprinkle a little bacon over it. We got our casserole, it's almost through. We got our pie. We've got some homemade bread that I'm going to heat up in the microwave.
And it is very delicious. Somebody has already taste tested.
Yeah.
Missed you all. We've been busy putting a shower in the house that I can roll in. It took a while.
Oh, yeah.
Be sure to subscribe. Send in your prayer request. Pray for each other. Pray for the show. Happy Thanksgiving. Again, send in your comments and your prayer requests. I'd like to hear from you. Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.